Namaste. Good afternoon to all the viewers. This is Dr. Aparna. I am your emotional healing synergist. I am an Ayurvedic psychotherapist, a passionate infopreneur, edupreneur, and medical writer. In my pursuit to address, promote, and propagate Ayurveda and psychotherapy globally, I come up with new topics every week for discussion on either Ayurveda or mental health or psychotherapy. So, today's topic of discussion is a continuation on our previous series, previous session on stress. We talked about what is stress, what is eustress and what is distress, what are the causes and types of stress, how does stress affect the body and the mind. So if you want, you can refer to the previous session of the stress. The links will be provided in the description. So today's topic of discussion is stress management. So, how to manage stress and how do we do that in our setup? And I'll give you some, tips to manage stress, self help techniques, and to manage at home. And how do we manage here with some case studies? So, without wasting time, let's get started. So, stress, just to give a bit of, recap, see, stress in the context of human psychology refers to the body's response to demands or pressures from the environment. It is the body's response to pressures from the environment. It is a natural and instinctive reaction that evolved to help individuals cope with challenges or threats. So, to define, stress is a state of mental or emotional strain resulting from adverse or demanding circumstances. So, it involves the body's physiological and psychological responses to challenges, often causing feelings of tension, anxiety, and a sense of being overwhelmed. So, here, how to manage stress. See, stress management is a process. It cannot be achieved in a day or two. So, that involves recognizing and coping with the various stressors and pressures we experience in life to cope with the stress and pressure. So, it encompasses a wide range of techniques and strategies aimed at reducing or eliminating the negative effects of stress on our mental, emotional, and physical well being. So, by effectively managing stress, we can improve our overall quality of life, increase productivity, and maintain better relationships with others. So, I see below. See, I am giving you some key components and strategies that are involved in stress management. So, what we do in the beginning, so I understanding stress. So the first step in stress management is to recognize and understand what stress is, that we have done in the previous session. So as I said, the body's natural response to stress is the body's natural response to challenging situations or triggers. So, and psychological reaction of stress may also be known as fight or flight response. So, it may fight or flight responses may also trigger stress. So, I have discussed fight or flight response in the previous session as well. Stressors can be external, that is, work related stress, financial stress, because of financial issues, stress because of relationships, or internal stresses, negative thoughts, worries, or overthinking, that is related to mind. So, after you understand stress, you have to identify the stressors. So, pinpointing the specific stressors in your life is crucial. So, what exactly is causing you stress? It could be a particular situation, a person, or ongoing circumstances that trigger stress. So because of a situation or a circumstance you might have experiencing stress, because of a person, or in a professional setup because of your senior colleagues or junior colleagues or whatever, or in personal life because of a person closer to you or your friend, or ongoing circumstance that may trigger stress. So you have to know what is causing you stress, what is the stressor. Keeping a stress journal can help you track these stresses and identify patterns. So, if you experience stress on a daily basis, you can keep a journal and start noting it down. What is that which is causing you stress? The next thing which is needed for every mental or physical condition is the healthy lifestyle and diet. So, adopting a healthy lifestyle and diet can significantly reduce stress levels. See, when we talk of diet and lifestyle, both should be sustainable. नॉट लाइक ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आपने आज किया कल किया और आप कंटिन्यू नहीं कर पाए उसको, यू आर नॉट एबल टू कंटिन्यू दैट लाइफस्टाइल और डाइट. इट शुड ऑलवेज बी सस्टेनेबल, and to you have to do it lifelong. So that lifestyle you have to adopt. This includes regular exercise, balanced diet, sufficient sleep, and avoiding excessive consumption of alcohol, caffeine, and nicotine. Physical activity, see, role of physical activity is you can choose whatever physical activity you want to. If you want to walk, you can walk. If you want to do yoga, you can do yoga. If you want to go to gym, you can go to gym. If you want to dance, you can dance. You can swim, you can go to zumba and aerobics, whatever exercise you choose. Physical, what you have to, you have to be happy, and you have to be always excited and energetic to do that, whether it is whether it is any form of exercise, because when you're happy and when you're doing physical activity, it releases endorphins. They act as natural stress relievers. That's why physical activity is important. It doesn't mean that you spend 2 or 3 hours every day in a gym, then I'll be healthy. No, it is not like that. You need a form of physical exercise which is sustainable and which you love doing, and if you don't feel the burden of doing it, rather than you relish doing it. So next is, after healthy lifestyle and diet, it is a time management majorly. Poor time management can lead to overwhelming feelings of stress. If you don't know, if you cannot manage your time productively, it can lead to overwhelming feelings and then later lead to stress. So, learning to prioritize tasks, set realistic goals, and organize your schedule. See, for organizing your schedule, you may opt for journaling. You can write your tasks prior in a diary or in a book or in a notepad. Or what you can do is, there are several apps which can help you organize your schedule. So then what you feel is, you feel more in control and reduce stress, and you don't have overwhelming feelings. Okay, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. You know that this is the time when you do this. You have to prioritize it according to your time. And you can use mind maps as well, and mind maps I've discussed in 2 sessions in earlier. So you can refer to those 2 sessions for time management as well. You can draw mind maps and you can manage time as well. And what you can do is, next is relaxation techniques. So relaxation techniques include here incorporating it into daily routine. So what happens is, if you incorporate relaxation techniques into your daily routine, it can help counteract stress. So techniques like deep breathing exercises, progressive muscle relaxation, meditation, yoga, and mindfulness. And what I've talked about is, I have talked about pratyahara in my previous sessions, in one of my previous sessions. You can refer to that session of as well. So it also, talks about withdrawing of the senses and mind control. So these also can help. This is also a form of relaxation technique which can help, calm your stress down and reduce the anxiety. So incorporating relaxation techniques, so deep breathing exercises, pranayama, and muscle relaxation activities, yoga, meditation, mindfulness, that is pratyahara, all can be incorporated into your daily life. See, it might be only you can do it only for 15 to 20 minutes every day. It is not necessary that you burden yourself with the exercises as well. It can also be limited, but it has to be consistent. It has to be performed every day. And it has to be sustainable. Whatever routine you have, it has to be realistic and sustainable. Whatever goal you make, it has to be smart, that is specific, measurable, adaptable, and time bound. Everything, all this must be there whenever you plan something. So, and social support, so for managing stress, maintaining strong social connections and seeking support from friends, family, or support groups can help in managing stress. There are many support groups for anxiety as well as depression. If you search, you will get to know. And talking about your feelings and concerns with others can be therapeutic and provide a fresh perspective. Here, talking to others in the sense, the people you trust, or the close knit people. It may be your family, it may be your friend, or it may be any group member. It may be whoever, but the person you trust, and positive thinking. So cultivating a positive mindset and practicing gratitude can counteract negative thoughts and stress. Yeah. Practicing gratitude is thanking for whatever you have. Okay, I have, instead of cribbing of what you don't have, thanking, for whatever you have. Expressing or practicing gratitude also can counteract negative thoughts and stress. Focusing on the positive aspects of life, keeping a gratitude journal. You can always, journaling is always a good habit. If you imbibe it or inculcate it and incorporate it in your daily life, it will make your life more productive and peaceful. So, and reframing negative situations can improve resilience to the stress. And you can also add affirmations, positive affirmations, that I will do it. I whatever, positive affirmations. You can add positive affirmations as well when we are talking of stress or any mental health issue in particular. And problem solving skills, so developing effective problem solving skills can reduce stress related to challenges and obstacles. Challenges and obstacles. So breaking down problems into manageable steps, brainstorming solutions, and taking action can empower you to tackle stress inducing situations. So, and having boundaries and saying no. Some people, cannot say no and cannot set boundaries. So learning to set boundaries and saying no whenever it is necessary can prevent overcommitment and overwhelming situations. Don't overcommit to anything. So as I said, have realistic work schedule, or have realistic, measurable and smart goals and commitments, so that can say no whenever it is needed, and you can set boundaries whenever it is necessary, to prevent overcommitment and overwhelming situation. And humor and laughter also has been, significantly proven in reducing stress. So Humor and laughter have been shown to reduce stress and release tension. Engaging in activities that bring joy and laughter can be a helpful stress management tool. And as I said, practice mindfulness and meditation, and and connect with others as well. Share your feelings, as I said, and concerns with the trusted friends, family, or support groups. Social support can be comforting during stressful times. Social support is a support group where people, are having similar problems, people with similar problems like you, like sit and can brainstorm, talk about their problems, and get a resolution. And getting enough sleep is also very very important. This is often skipped thing. Prioritize quality sleep, and it helps the body and mind to recover from stress. Maintain a consistent sleep schedule and create a relaxing bedtime routine. Have a bedtime routine and go to sleep and wake up on at the same time every day. Have a schedule. And engage in hobbies, like spend time doing activities you enjoy, whether it's reading, painting, gardening. So develop skills and enhance your skills and engage in hobbies. Whatever it is, hobbies provide an outlet for stress relief. Cultivating and developing hobbies and skills can help in stress relief. So next is limit media consumption. So social media consumption, you have to install either digital well-beings. Nowadays there are digital well-being apps in your mobile phones to take breaks from the news and social media, as excessive exposure can contribute to stress and anxiety. The phones, limit phone and media as much as you can. So, and take professional help. This is the most important thing. These above which I said uh, are the things you can try doing it at your space. But this professional help, if stress becomes overwhelming or persists despite your efforts, seeking the help of a mental health professional such as therapist or a counselor can provide additional support and coping strategies. So consult a therapist or a counselor or a psychiatrist if you are in need of support. And all my consultations are online, so you can consult me as well. And remember that stress is a natural part of life, and complete elimination is always possible. The goal of stress management is to build resilience and develop effective coping mechanisms to navigate life's challenges in a healthier and more balanced way. So, what is the role of, next I'm going to talk about what is the role of psychotherapy in or counseling in managing stress. So what we do in psychotherapy. So psychotherapy, also I've talked about in my earlier sessions, so you can refer my session on that as well. So psychotherapy is also known as talk therapy or counseling, plays a significant role in managing stress and related mental health issues. It involves a collaborative and therapeutic relationship between a trained mental health professional and an individual seeking help. So, psychotherapy aims to explore and address the underlying causes of stress, identify coping strategies, and promote emotional well being. So, what stress psychotherapy does is it actually aims to explore and address the underlying cause of stress, and it helps identifying coping strategies and promote emotional well-being. So see, what we do is we identify stress. So stress identification is important. Psychotherapy helps individuals identify the sources of their stress and understand how it affects their thoughts, emotions and behaviors. By gaining insight into the root causes of stress, what we do is we get to the root cause of the stress so that treating stress becomes easier. So, by gaining insight into the root cause of the stress, individuals can develop healthier ways to cope with the challenges they face. Then, after you identify stress, so coping strategies is that therapists teach coping skills that are tailored to the individual's unique needs and circumstances. These are the coping strategies are customizable. It is according to the individual's needs and circumstances, according to the condition. So these strategies may include, we also advise, for the relaxation techniques, mindfulness exercises, there are cognitive restructuring exercises. So we have so many exercises and tasks to be done. And what it does is cognitive restructuring is very is some of them are challenging, and they reframe negative thoughts and divert your negative thoughts to positive thoughts and problem solving skills. So learning these tools empowers individuals to better handle stress in their daily life. Then we concentrate on emotional regulation. So stress often leads to overwhelming emotions such as anxiety, anger or sadness. Psychotherapy helps individuals recognize and regulate these emotions in a healthy and constructive manner, preventing them from becoming unmanageable and causing harm. So, emotional regulation is stress often leads to overwhelming emotions, right? So, what happens is with stress increases the anxiety, increases the anger, increases the sadness. So, what we do is psychotherapy helps individuals recognize and regulate these emotions in a healthy and constructive manner, preventing from them from becoming unmanageable or causing harm. So, what we do next is after emotional regulation, support and validation. Talking to a therapist provides a safe and non judgmental space to express feelings. So what happens is a therapist is a non judgmental authority. So it provides you a safe and non judgmental space to express your feelings and concerns which are related to stress. So, the therapist offers validation, empathy, and support, which can be reassuring and comforting during the challenging times. So then the therapist guides you that what needs to be done. So then we go into the behavioral changes. Psychotherapy can assist individuals in identifying maladaptive behaviors that contribute to stress and replacing them with healthier alternatives. So replacing your maladaptive behaviors to healthier alternative. For example, it can help address patterns of avoidance, procrastination, or self sabotage that exacerbate stress. So you see, if you are procrastinating or because of stress, or you have overwhelming feelings, or overwhelming anxiety or overwhelming load because of the stress, that can also, through behavioral changes, these can also be changed. But remember, all these needs time. So it is a time bound process. So, and what we do is next is building resilience. So therapists work with individuals to strengthen their resilience and ability to bounce back from stressful situations. By developing resilience, individuals become more adaptable and better equipped to face future challenges. And what we do is addressing underlying issues. In some cases, chronic stress may be linked to unresolved past experiences, traumas, or ongoing conflicts. So, addressing is important. So, whether it is an acute stress, whether it is chronic stress, or chronic stress is linked to any unresolved past experiences or traumas, that is called I have addressed in the previous session, which is called post traumatic stress disorder, to trauma induced stress or ongoing emotional conflicts. So emotional conflicts result in stress. So what happens is psychotherapy provides a platform to explore and address these underlying issues, facilitating healing and reducing stress triggers and improving communication skills. Effective communication is essential for managing stress in interpersonal relationships. So what therapy does is therapy can help in improving communication skills, leading to healthier and more constructive interactions with others, so which in turn reduces stress in personal and professional settings. So, in the psychotherapy, there is a term called group therapy and support groups. In the psychotherapy, we do it sometimes. What we do is we do it collectively. It is called group therapy. So, participating in a group therapy or support groups focused on stress management allows individuals to connect with others facing similar challenges. So, sharing experiences, listening to others, and receiving feedback can be beneficial in reducing stress and feelings of isolation. You don't feel isolated because similar people with similar issues, will share their experiences. You listen to others, you get feedback, and you get a feedback and support from the therapist as well there. So attending group therapy and support groups also plays an important role. And psychotherapy usually has long term effects. That means psychotherapy's effects often extend beyond stress management. It can enhance overall mental health, increase self awareness, and improve self esteem, leading to a more fulfilling and balanced life. So, what it does is it can enhance not only stress management, it will enhance psychotherapy, will enhance your overall mental health, increase self awareness, and improve self esteem, leading to a more fulfilling and balanced life. So, remember that different forms of psychotherapy exist, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, mindfulness based techniques, psychodynamic psychotherapy, and more. There are many psychotherapy. So, the choice of therapy may depend on individuals' preferences, specific needs, and the therapist's expertise. So, the effectiveness of psychotherapy in managing stress has been well documented. So, it is well documented and evidence based, so making it a valuable resource for those seeking support and relief from the impact of stress on their lives. So, see, stress management techniques, can be how it can be classified is: one is cognitive, one is, and next is behavioral, third is physiological intervention. So, what we do is we'll explore these with simple case studies. So, cognitive interventions is, cognitive interventions focus on changing the way individuals perceive and think about stressors. That these techniques aim to challenge negative thought patterns and promote a more positive and adaptive mindset. So cognitive interventions usually focus on changing the way individuals, perceive and think about the stressors, how they think. Instead of they thinking, oh, I have so much of workload, then you can just break it down and make, that negative thought patterns promote to a more positive and adaptive mindset. So let's see a case study. What is cognitive intervention? So, what we do in cognitive interventions. So, let's consider Strawberry as our client. So, Strawberry is a 32-year-old marketing. executive who experiences high levels of stress due to work related pressure. So Strawberry always experiences, high levels of stress due to work related pressure. She often feels overwhelmed and anxious about meeting tight deadlines and dealing with demanding clients. So this is her problem. She feels overwhelmed and anxious about meeting tight deadlines. So she feels that she has very tight deadlines, and she feels it difficult to deal with demanding clients. So what we do in the intervention? So we advise Strawberry to undergo CBT, that is cognitive behavioral therapy. What is this? We use This is a kind of cognitive intervention. So Strawberry works with therapists to identify negative thought patterns, such as she if she has like thoughts, maybe like, I must be perfect at all times. If I fail, that it means that I'm not good enough. She might have these thoughts. What we do is, in CBT we go into the core beliefs. So what is the actual root cause which is affecting Strawberry from affecting Strawberry, and is making getting her into stress. So what we do is, the therapist helps Strawberry reframe these thoughts into more realistic and balanced perspectives. So we reframe the thoughts into realistic and balanced perspective by by setting realistic goals, smart goals, and changing the thinking patterns. And we also teach her coping strategies, such as problem solving and setting realistic expectations. So being realistic and sustainable is important. And what happens, this is a case study. So what happens, over several weeks of CBT sessions, Strawberry starts to notice a shift in her thought patterns and emotional responses to the stress. So what happens is, she begins to feel more confident in her abilities and becomes better at managing her workload. So this in turn reduces Strawberry's stress levels, and she feels more in control of her work and personal life. And this is the outcome. This may vary. This is customizable. This is an easy example of cognitive intervention. This is just a case study, so that you understand that what we do as psychotherapists. So behavioral intervention. So what we do in behavioral intervention is, we focus on modifying behaviors and actions that contribute to stress. See, this is what Strawberry did. Was Strawberry had Strawberry was thinking in her mind that she is overwhelmed of her work, and this was internal. But what this behavioral intervention is, this is external. Because of stress, a person reacts to environments, the changes in the behavior. So that for that we have to get into behavioral intervention. So what we do is, these techniques aim to replace unhealthy coping mechanisms with more constructive and adaptive behaviors. So we are giving the clients more constructive and adaptive behaviors. So what happens is, here is a case study of, let's assume, Apple. So Apple is a 45-year-old IT professional who experiences chronic stress. So what he has is, he copes with stress by turning into unhealthy habits. Because of stress, he is turned to unhealthy habits: unhealthy eating, excessive drinking, binge watching TV shows late into night. So what happens here is, his eating patterns change, his lifestyle changes, his health is affected by excessive drinking, and his sleep is affected by binge watching late until night, and he's not getting sleep. So this is for see stress is a part, and with this, to cope with the stress, he is doing this. So he has a behavioral effects of stress. So here what we do is behavioral intervention. What we do is, Apple participates in a stress management program that includes behavior modification techniques. So, with the help of a counselor or a therapist, Apple identifies his stress triggers. So, what is the root cause of stress? So, identifying stress for every type of stress, for any type of stress, first step is to identify stress triggers and identify what is happening because of that stress. So then what we do is the counselor helps him to set achievable goals for behavior changes. And this, mind you, this is not a day or two project. It requires certain amount of time. Several weeks of therapy is required to change the behavior, to note the behavioral changes. And also, we what we do is, the bad habits and the bad lifestyle changes are converted into good, and incorporatable changes, the realistic and sustainable healthy lifestyle and activities. And we also help him to reduce the alcohol consumption, and then finally to give up alcohol. So this will take time. So what happens as an outcome? So Apple adopts healthier behaviors. He notices improvements in his sleep quality and overall energy levels. He finds that he is better equipped to deal with stressors in a more constructive way than he was doing it earlier. And over time, Apple's reliance on unhealthy coping strategies decreases, and he feels more in control of his stress levels. So next is, um this one is behavioral intervention. Next is physiological intervention. So in the physiological intervention, we focus on calming the body's stress response and promoting relaxation. So these techniques aim to reduce the physical symptoms of stress, such as muscle tension and increased heart rate. So stress, not only we have dealt it in the previous session, that stress not only affects your mind, it also affects your physical health. It may also have symptoms. So this physiological intervention helps in dealing the symptoms, related to stress, such as muscle tension and increased heart rate. So here, Vanilla is a 28-year-old nurse who experiences high level of stress due to the demanding nature of her job. So she often feels physically tense and has difficulty relaxing even during her time off. So this is the all the examples we have taken is here is work related stress, but in different scenarios and different interventions. So here in the intervention, for vanilla learns various physiological interventions to manage her stress, such as progressive muscle relaxation, deep breathing techniques, mindfulness exercises, yoga. She practices these techniques regularly, both during her breaks at work and at home. Here it is inculcating habits and inculcating changes and inculcating mindfulness exercises, yoga, physical activity, lifestyle, everything, to manage the symptoms of stress. So here vanilla, what happens is, as an outcome, vanilla incorporates these relaxation techniques in her daily routine. She starts to experience reduced muscle tension and improved sleep quality. She also notices a decrease in her overall anxiety levels. The physiological intervention helps her, find moments of calm amidst the busy and stressful aspects of the job. So, combining cognitive, behavioral, and physiological interventions can provide a comprehensive approach. This I've said separately. In some cases, what we do is for one person, for a client, all the interventions might be required: cognitive intervention, behavioral intervention, and physiological intervention. So then it is a comprehensive approach to managing stress and promoting overall well-being. So these are the example case studies which I've given just for an examples. So next is, how do is stress manageable in Ayurveda? What does Ayurveda has to say about stress, and how does Ayurveda helps in managing? See, Ayurveda, the traditional system of medicine, our ancient Indian system of medicine, see, offers a holistic approach to manage and treating stress to a therapeutic technique known as Sattva Vajaya Chikitsa. I have spoken about Sattva Vajaya Chikitsa in my earlier sessions as well. So, what is Sattva Vajaya Chikitsa? Sattva Vajaya Chikitsa is a specialized branch of Ayurveda that focuses on promoting mental well being and emotional regulation or emotional balance. So, it addresses stress by harmonizing the mind, emotions, and spirit. Okay, the term Sattva Vajaya is derived from from the two Sanskrit words Sattva, which means purity or clarity of mind, Avajaya, which means control and mastery. That means mind control. The primary goal of Sattva Vajaya Chikitsa is to cultivate a positive and balanced state of mind, leading to stress reduction and overall enhancement of mental health. Here's a detailed explanation. So, how what we do is identifying imbalance. Here also in Ayurveda, you have to identify the problem. Identify is, see, Ayurvedic practitioners use the concept of doshas. There are Sharirika doshas which are called Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, and Manasika doshas which are called Rajas and Tamas. So, and to understand an individual's constitution and identify any imbalances that may be contributing to stress. So what we do is, we see doshic imbalances, that is called doshic imbalances, and specific treatment strategies can be employed to restore harmony and alleviate stress. See, Ayurveda is a customizable approach, a unique and customizable approach, different for every person. So we have to identify what is the dosha imbalance or the guna imbalance, and then treat accordingly to Ayurveda. Then first we have to understand the for that first we have to understand the prakriti or individual constitution of a person. Like, Ayurveda recognizes that each person has unique mind body constitution known as doshas, as I have said, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So identifying and understanding, one's dosha helps identify the tendencies, stress triggers, and appropriate stress management techniques. What we do is, we take a detailed history of the patient. Whenever Ayurvedic history taking takes time. You whoever have gone to an Ayurvedic Vaidya or a doctor might have experienced this, because they will take your detailed history to know your prakriti and to assess your problem, and to give medication, and wipe out the disease from its root cause. So, and what happens is lifestyle recommendation. See, majorly Ayurveda emphasizes on the importance of balanced daily routine. See, daily routine and seasonal routine. The balanced daily routine according to Ayurveda is called dinacharya, and seasonal routine is called rutucharya. So we emphasize on dinacharya and rutucharya, and following these routines can promote overall well-being, reduce stress, and improve resilience. So then what is done is mind body connection. So Sattva Vajaya Chikitsa acknowledges the strong connection between the mind and body. It emphasizes that mental and emotional disturbances can manifest as physical ailments and vice versa. So, treating stress in Ayurveda involves addressing both the mind and body, so to achieve overall well being. And what was done is dietary recommendations. So Ayurveda emphasizes the role of a balanced diet in promoting mental health. So foods that are considered sattvic, pure and harmonious are recommended to help calm the mind and foster emotional balance. So a sattvic diet typically includes fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and dairy products. So you will get to the dietary recommendation according to your prakruti and the lifestyle changes. And there are some herbal remedies, herbal and herbo mineral remedies, both the which is called shamana chikitsa. Ayurvedic practitioner may recommend specific herbal formulations, which are also known as medhya rasayanas. Medhya rasayanas are, it is given to enhance memory, cognition, and mental clarity. Okay, these herbs also help support the nervous system and also aid in managing, stress. So, herbo mineral remedies. Next is meditation and pranayama. So, Sattva Vajaya Chikitsa places significant emphasis on meditation and pranayama to calm the mind and promote mental clarity. See, and regular practice of these techniques help individuals develop greater resilience to stress. And sometimes there is importance of mantra as well. Mantra chanting, the chanting of specific mantras or sacred sounds, is believed to have a calming effect on the mind and can be used to reduce stress and anxiety. So mantra chanting and Ayurvedic therapies, such as certain therapies such as shirodhara. Shirodhara is pouring warm oil on the forehead. Shirodhara. So on the head they pour warm oil based on your prakruti and based on your condition. There are different oils poured on your head, on the forehead, for different periods of time for different diseases. So this is a therapy, shirodhara. The second is abhyanga. Abhyanga is Ayurvedic oil massage. So and nasya is nasal administration of herbal oils. All these can help calm the nervous system. Nasya is, you administer herbal oils to your herbal oils through your nostrils. And these are also done in various types. And this can also help in calming the nervous system and promoting relaxation, in turn reducing and aiding in management of stress. So next is panchakarma. Ayurveda also, the Ayurvedic detoxification. It is not actually detoxification, but it can be correlated to Ayurvedic detoxification or purification. So, Panchakarma may be recommended to cleanse the body of accumulated toxins, which can contribute to mental and emotional disturbances. Which the toxins which are accumulated that contribute to mental and emotional disturbances, those are taken out by panchakarma. Panchakarma is purificatory therapies. There are five karmas: Basti, Nasya, Virechana, Vamana, Virechana, and Rakta Mokshana. So, all these five panchakarmas can be administered to you according to your needs. It is again customizable. In Ayurveda, there is no protocol for one size fits all is not applicable. So one medicine fits all is not possible. So it is always unique and customizable. And emotional counseling, of course, Ayurvedic practitioners may offer emotional counseling and support to help individuals process and cope with stress related emotions effectively. All these are the techniques I have discussed about. All the techniques, what does Ayurveda do, what does psychotherapy do in the cognitive behavioral therapy, and what all you can do to manage stress at home. So these are all the techniques in general. And some of the NLP techniques can also play an important role, in managing stress. But this we'll talk about in the next session. So I think we have discussed the overall, management of stress, how it needs to be, managed, and that is it for today's session. Thank you for staying tuned. I'll be back soon with my next session, and namaste for today.